Okay, let's get started. I don't want to wait for anybody. It's 8 o'clock.
Okay. Okay, so I've been using the Challenge Tracker app since it launched, and Sean asked me to share about it tonight so we can all learn how to use it. So when I first started using it, my first group, I advertised the group as a test group for the new app that had launched. So I followed up with every one of my customers right back to the beginning to tell them that there was a new phone app that launched and I wanted to run a test group and asked if they wanted to be part of it. I did end up getting at least 6 of the people that completely had fallen off of me, hadn't heard from them in months, back on, and they're still on 2 months later. So it most definitely really works. The first group I had like 50 people and I ran it for 30 days. You can do 30, 60, or 90 days with the app. These days, our team is doing 60-day groups because of the Summer Strong Challenge. I was kind of trying to keep it so that way we're working all the way through them. I find 60 days group work better with our customers and our challengers just because they have more weight to lose, so the longer I can keep them on, the better. We use the tracker app and we run a Facebook group alongside it, and we give our challengers the choice to participate in one or the other, and they usually do a combination of both. So I have 2 active coaches that coach my challenge group with me, Bonnie and Heather, on my coaching team, and together we run our groups. So I use the Coach Tracker portal and I do the bulk of my coaching from there. So most of my posts are all done on the app. There are things that I cannot post in the app and I can only post in the group, such as the menu plans and the worksheets and tools and stuff that you do in the first prep week. But all my prep posting is done on the app, and I just post what I cannot post on the app into the Facebook group. Video must all be YouTube video to be able to be posted into the app. So anything that is not YouTube video and just phone video has to be posted into the Facebook app. So I've uploaded most of my my videos. I've uploaded onto YouTube now, so I can add them as part of the post. But I'm still working on getting them loaded. Bonnie and Heather work with me and they add value in the Facebook group because only one coach can have access to the coach portal. They use the challenge group guides in the back office under sales and marketing to add value, and they pull from varied program guides to constantly be adding new value and new posts and contents each day to keep it fresh. So I'm going to share my screen now, and I'll walk you through opening and adding to a group, and then I'll walk you through joining it, you joining onto it with your phone and device, just so you know how your customers and challengers are going to see it. And then once I've completed setting up the group on the app, then I can show you how to post to it and a few little tips and tricks that I've learned. And then lastly, I'll show you one of our groups in action, both Facebook and Challenge Tracker, just so you can see I've got one group that's just 7 days in, so I can show you what it all looks like, and then I can answer any of your questions. The first couple things you need to remember too is to add yourself as a challenger when you're adding, because that way you get to see what the challenger's seeing, and you can kind of be posting your Shakeology and your workout right along with them, so they see you working as hard as they are, and that seems to keep them better on track. So here we go. Let me know when you see what I got. See my screen yet?
Yeah.
Okay. So these 2 are the second and third group that I've ran. I had one that I ran before the March Madness bootcamp. That was my first one. And that was the one I was running while I was going to Jamaica. And it was so cool because I completely posted in here without actually being here, because you could schedule all your posts. So it's really cool. So to open a new group, you would just click on New Group. And then you would name your group. So May Challenge And then you would pick your start date. So I'll pick today's date so that way we got it open right away. You pick the number of days that you want, so we'll say 30 days. And then the challenge program. There is multi-program, so that's for if you've got a group of like everybody, you would run the multi-program one. And then the other ones are, all the programs are there. I've only ever ran multi-program because I don't have everybody all on one program. They're all on different programs. Not this clean eating group that I'm starting tomorrow, but next month's group, I've actually looked into it today, just before Katrina had actually posted her question about if we could use this for clean eating groups. I think I'm going to try it next month with just the Shakeology only group and see how that works, to see if it'll work for a clean eating group. But I haven't actually tried it yet. So I'm going to pick multi-program for this one. And then you can add the description just like you would on your Facebook group into here. You can put an image in here, but it can only be 250 pixel by 250 pixel. And I haven't found a picture yet that has fit into that. I've added a picture and it's never showed up, so I just don't even add the picture anymore, and it just has the Beachbody group or the Beachbody logo on there, and I'm good with that. So you just create your group from there, and it's just quick as quick could be. The next thing that you have to do after you create your group is you go through your coach profile, and this is what it's going to appear on the app to them. So you'll put your profile picture and your name, your email, and your phone number if you want them to be able to get a hold of you by your phone number, your time zone, and everything. And once you've got all of that together, you click next. And then here's where you would start inviting your participants. So you can either customize the email that goes to them, or you can leave it as is. And I usually just leave it as is because it's pretty self-explanatory. It kind of gives them where they need to go to find the app. It gives them their invite code, and it gives them all the information that they need to get on the app. And then you just add the participants by adding their name and their email address. And you add to list, and you can go through and add as many as you want. It already added me because it added me with my thing, so I'll just make this Rob. And Katrina. Heather, what's your email address?
I don't know if she's figured out her volume on this thing yet.
Oh, right.
You guys need to
I can never remember.
set up a meeting. Huh? You two need to set up a meeting to figure out what's going on with her volume.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I'll just go with these ones here. I don't know if it'll let me. Hold on. So it has on the bottom here, it says invite participants free. So I've got 3 people added there, so I'm inviting them. And now each of them should receive an email, and it's pretty instantaneous. Once I send it, then they usually get the email right away.
Yeah, I just got mine.
Yeah, and then so it'll tell you exactly their name, their email, they invited, who invited them, and their invite code. You get all that information. And so if they say that they don't have their email, you can always resend them their email. So once that happens, then you can go to your participants. They would set up themselves up on the phone and go into the app from that email, and then the list of participants is all listed there. So I'm going to quickly go and put myself in there.
How is your engagement with this?
Really, really, really good. I usually have most people on, and the minute that they don't do a workout, I know, because I check it every single day. And as soon as I just see them not doing a workout, I email them to find out why. So it most definitely really keeps them on track. My one group, I had 30 people in there when we started, and I've lost 5 people just to life things happening, and then they've had to drop off. But I still have 23 people good and active in my one group. So this should have me in there now, and it doesn't. Oh, because I haven't set that up.
This is very cool.
It is. It is so cool. You can put your before photo in there. Just put a photo in there.
Very cool.
Everybody really really like it. It's so cool. And then they can select their workout program. So whatever they're doing, they can put it in there. They can select their Shakeology flavor. And if they want a reminder to post in the group, because it comes up and actually, if you set it, it'll come up and actually remind you. Like I've got mine to set to remind me to post in it at 5 o'clock every afternoon. So that way, 5 o'clock every afternoon, it says, hey, you haven't posted in the group yet. So it's kind of really cool. They can pick the items they want to share with you. And then I should be showing up as a participant here shortly. There we are. So once they show up as participants, where did they go? Oh, here it's loading. So once they show up as participants, you'll show up as coach admin owner, and you will see that right here is their Shakeology, how many they've had, when their last one was, how many workouts they've done, when their last workout was, and it'll say today if they've done it, and then they're invited by here. If they've added their goal, they'll have a green dot beside them, just like Sean's is. If they've added their before photo, there'll be purple. So just before, like the day before the group starts, you go in and you make sure that they've done all their stuff. So once you go into them, it's really cool. You can dial into each one of them, and it has their before photo, has their workout program, their Shakeology flavor, their starting weight, their email, their tracked activities are all here. And so if they've just done a workout, the number will be blue. If they've just done the Shakeology, their number will be green. If they've done both, it'll be blue with a green circle around it. So you can tell just by looking at their calendar exactly what they've done and when. And it gives you a running tally on here, how many days active they've been, their workouts, and their Shakeology. And then you can actually dial into their activity feed to see what they've posted. And everything they've posted will be sitting in here. All of their activity feed will be sitting there. So I'm gonna go back to my groups. So now that I've got this one opened, I've got the one that started for 28 days. I've got this one on day 7, and then the other one that we just opened. So day 7, this is my 1 week group. And this is what the thing looks like. If you want to schedule a draft post, it's on the right-hand side here. You can actually have access to the challenge group guide. So if you click on this, it'll take you and give you the multi-group guide from the back office. We'll be sitting right there waiting for you to grab posts from. Our participants, there's 9 of us in this group. And we've got Amy, she's fallen off. She fell off right from the beginning. But I've got Brittany, Heather, Bonnie, Mandy, Candace and Marilyn, we're struggling with them too, and then Joanne. And so we can tell exactly how many Shakeologies they've had this week. So Joanne had 4 this week. She got 3 workouts in this week, and I know that she did it as of yesterday, so she hasn't gotten today's in yet. Heather, she's gotten both in. I've gotten both in. So Brittany, she missed a workout today, and she's not on Shakeology. It's not agreeing with her. Bonnie got everything in as of yesterday, so she hasn't logged today's either, and neither has Mandy. So this way I can tell exactly what they've logged, when they've logged, and what have you. And for starting pictures, Heather, can I show yours? Okay. So the really cool thing is the only people that can actually see the before and after pictures and everything that they post in here is me and her. None of the other people can actually see their measurements. They can't see their pictures. They can't see anything that they posted unless they actually choose to post it in the group feed. So I've got her before and after sitting here. I've got her workouts and everything sitting here. This is how her calendar looks. So for all of April and May, she's been on, she's done everything. And her measurements, I don't know if they're in here. Oh, she's got her starting weight in here. So they have to send their measurements to me separately, that's right. Their starting weight can go in here, but the measurements have to be sent separately. And if I want to send a message to her, I just click on here and you can actually send a message right to her through the app, and it goes right to her.
Cool.
So that's how that group looks like. And then I've gotten the Facebook group to go with it.
When they're in this app, do we see what everybody posts, or is it just between you and them?
No, there's a group feed. Give me 2 seconds here. So there's a group feed just like there would be on Facebook. And when you go to log your workout or log your Shakeology, you can choose to either do it just by words, and you can choose whether to actually show the group or not, because there's a little toggle at the bottom that you have to push to go on to show them your show them what you're posting. So you can either post it just so I can see it, or you can post it so the whole group can see it. So Heather has chosen to put a picture on hers, and she's chosen to show it to the whole group. And so it's all sitting here. They can either put their pictures on, they can put other stuff on. Here's one of the posts that I did to them today, and then they're sitting here answering all of the stuff, and all of my posts are all sitting in here, and they're all in here posting, and it goes on and on and on right to the very beginning, the very first post.
Earlier you said no pictures work. How are these pictures working?
These pictures are able to work. Videos. The video has to be a YouTube video to be able to go in.
No, but I thought you said it had to be pixels that were 250 to 250.
That's the group picture. Like, you know how in Facebook we got like the cover photo and stuff? In order to have a group photo, it has to be a certain size.
Oh, who cares about that? Okay, yeah, okay.
Right here.
That's cool. Okay, so you can
it has to be a certain size. This one, I set a picture. I designed a picture and everything with the name on it and everything, and it's not showing up because it's too big. So I've just started leaving it like this, where I have the Beachbody picture.
Okay, something we can do, and I just want to tie in while we're on this. Maybe we can do like a group one with either it's saying Create Yourself Fitness or without the logos or whatever, so everybody can use it. We can get a hold of someone with Fiverr and just tell them I need a picture. This is what I want in it at 250 pixels, and someone can design it, and then boom, that is always our cover photo for our groups, and it costs us $5.
That sounds awesome. Okay. So now that I've showed you guys this part of it, this is the way that the Facebook group works now. So I'm not posting any in here at all, except for I'm still adding, even though that they can do their accountability just on the app, some people are still choosing to do the accountability posts, and I still like doing it because I always put a motivational picture with it, so it kind of helps motivate them too. So I still put my accountability post in here with them going done and done on here, and then they just post whatever they want to add. Like Joanne had saw this really cool story about Frank Medrano, so she posted this in here for to share with us. Whatever they want to share, they can share in here. And then Heather and Bonnie also add their postings into here too. So they're just adding their own value too, because they've got challengers in this group as far as I do. So we want to make sure that they are coaching, being able to coach them as well. So they're adding their value in the Facebook, and a lot of people are still answering and stuff to it as well, and they're adding value themselves too. So it's they don't, and at the beginning when I'm putting this together, like I'm putting the meal plan and stuff in here, at the very beginning I tell them, like, you can either choose to just do app alone, so you don't have to actually constantly come to the Facebook group, except for when I've told you that there's meal plans or tools and stuff in here. If you need the tools and the meal plans, you can. Otherwise, you can do just app alone. You can do both, whatever you choose to do. Just use it your way and use one of them at least, is what I have said to them. Until we can figure out what to do with how to post the tools so it can actually be posted in the group. Because I think, there is a file section in the group, but I think it's only, PDF might work, but I think that's all that works. I've just not used the file section at all. I've just always done it in the Facebook group.
That on the computer. They're going to want that on the computer anyways, because they're going to, the PDF versions, our versions, they can change in the computer if they want to use the computer, or they can print it. So they're going to want to. We only use those files for pretty much our preseason anyways, I think. I don't know what you use for, but I'm only doing those in the first 7 days, right? Because we're given the meal tracker, the schedule, and so forth. So I think we're okay there. And the more we play with this app, again, this is something we can take as a team to Fiverr. And if it is just PDFs, for example, like our challenge post, our coconut post, for example, the benefits of coconut. If it is only PDF that they take, well, then you know what, we get someone to convert it to a PDF or whatever. So we'll have to spend some time a little bit to find out exactly what this app will take and what it doesn't. And then us as a team, because I'm not going to say I'm going to take it on by myself, but us as a team, I think we can come together and get it all worked out. Because really what I'm finding, guys, is that these groups are our future. They really are. I'm getting messages all the time from people saying, my coach won't do this, my coach won't do that. Nothing's going on. I don't want to be that team. If you sign someone and you help them with a challenge pack, you need to be their coach now, right? Not Benita, not me. We're running our business already. Okay. So the point of this training and why I wanted to put it on is because, for one, I don't know how to do it. I didn't know how to do it, but I was curious about it because I wanted to try it. My challenge groups have gotten better from the first time Benita has changed the challenge group world. But I wanted to take it to the next level. And I really think that these challenge, like as per corporate, they're saying these things are phenomenal. So I really wanted to see what it was all about. And what I'm seeing here is very, very cool. Now, my question is we've got all these different multi platforms we can choose from, like the 21 Day Fix and Hammer and Chisel and so forth for our groups. So when we choose those, that's specific challenge guides that come up for that one. Like what, or is it just, do they tell you what the workout is next?
I haven't used just this. I've always just used the multi-program one. And I think the reason why they ask you to choose is because when you go to this challenge group guide, it actually pulls up.
Okay, so so far that's the only benefit is you pick that, and
right.
Well, no, because it's opening up all of them.
Yeah, with the multi one, it opens up all of them.
Oh, okay.
But I believe if you choose to do just a 21 Day Fix group, it's going to open up just the 21 Day Fix.
Okay. Now I'm wondering, can you go back to that? Pretend you're opening up a group. Can you do that? Open up a group, and just show us. Yeah, go to new group and select program for this group. Just go to that. I just want to see that. Because I'm wondering if we can do our smart training with this as well somehow. Don't pick the 21. Don't pick the 21 Day Fix.
I did.
Okay. You know what? It still won't matter because we can. So the 21 Day Fix automatically launches 30 days, correct?
Right.
Okay, but still, that even the 30, we can still tie in our 21 day group because we get to name the group, right?
Even with the 21, yeah, and even with the 21 day, it still brings up all of them.
Okay, and that's only if we choose that guide. So what I'm understanding is if we make our own post, which we already have with that 21 day smart group that Heather just finished, I'm wondering if we can tie that into this app as well. Because I like the schedule posts. I like the fact that they get it right to their phone. And if I'm not mistaken from what I've heard, is your post doesn't get lost. Right? Where in Facebook, you make your post, unless you pin it, it's all over the you lose it, right? Does that make sense?
This goes like every single thing is posted in chronological order as it's posted. So the only bad problem is if you get down to day 20, if you want day 1 and you're up to day 21, you're scrolling down all the way back to day 1.
Right, but on okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, which is fine. But when people are responding and stuff, that your post doesn't get lost.
No.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'd like to be able to tie in the 21.
It's still chronologically in the group. So if I posted first thing in the morning, and then they have come along and posted their Shakeology and their other posts, those posts will come above my post, but you can scroll down to find that day's post.
Okay, cool. Just keep talking. I'll be right back. Ow.
Okay. Does anybody else have any questions? Katrina, do you have any questions?
No, I don't think so. I think once we, once I start using it, it'll make more sense. Carrie used it for one of our last groups. The problem I had is I didn't like the app as much as I like going on Facebook. So I probably went in there 3 times and then I kind of forgot about it. So for me, even coaching, I would really have to like prompt myself to be able to actually do that, because the Facebook is easy to use. But it looks simple to use. It looks good.
Yeah. It was a little getting used to when I first started too, because not gonna lie, I like Facebook too. But now that I'm using it, I can see tons of value in it, and it's actually really, really helping to keep people on track. So that's why I've kept using it.
Yeah. Well, and the other bonus is there are some people who just won't go on Facebook, and this gives them access to the support anyways. I like that you can track your mistakes.
Yeah. That's the one thing, because I did have a few people that just aren't on Facebook. And I was always struggling on how to coach them. I was coaching them by email, which is really not cool because you can't tell whether they've received your email or anything. So this is basically so much better, and it would be easier to keep them on track. And the few people that I did coach that weren't on Facebook, they fell off right away because they weren't just getting the personalized coaching like everyone else was, and they didn't actually have the group, like the support of the group. They only had the support of me. So that's what made it a little bit harder. So this most definitely helps, because if they're not on Facebook, they can still be part of the group, and you can still coach them as part of the group, and they wouldn't fall off like my 2 that I was trying to coach by email did.
Yeah, this is really cool, and I think we can use it for our training, because they have to post their workout and they have to post their drinking Shakeology anyways, even if they are a coach, if it's coach training, right? So I was just thinking about that. My only question is, can they be in 2 at once?
I'm now in 4 because I created those other 2.
Okay, so they're able to pick a group and check it?
Huh?
So they're able to pick a group and then check it?
Yeah, when you're on your app on your phone, go to where the lines are on the left-hand side, the top left-hand side. And it'll say home group, my progress, notifications, view my groups. Any of the groups that I'm sitting in here, I have them all listed here. So I have all 4 of mine that I can pick from to post into. I don't know if you can see. Can you see my screen on my phone?
Yep.
They're all sitting there. So I went to here.
Okay.
And to
my
groups right here.
Oh, okay.
And so if you've got a bunch of groups you're running, all the groups you're running will be sitting in there. So I have effectively this full week, because I was posting in my first Summer Strong group while it was open. And then when my second group opened, I'm actually logging my Shakeology and my workout in both my groups every day.
Okay.
Just so they can see that I'm actually working right along with them. Which I think is the coolest thing, because if you're expecting them to do the work, you got to be walking the talk yourself. So I like that they can see exactly what you're doing too, just as you're seeing what they're doing.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that.
Because for the day before we left to go to Jamaica, not the day before, I guess it was the day before. I was off work that day. That morning while Rob was still at work, I sat for 3 hours and I totally, completely scheduled all my posts for the group while I was gone. And then Bonnie and Heather sat with the Facebook group and just kept them going, and they did the accountability post for me. And so I didn't even have to use, I took my laptop with me, but I didn't use it barely the whole time I was gone, because I was able to keep track of the group just by my phone alone the whole time we were on the boat.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, does anybody have any questions about the app? I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I think what we'll do, Benita, is once I upload this to YouTube, I'll make a file and then just put the link to the course portal where you start everything as well, because I know that's not everybody knows where to go for that.
Yeah, it's called, the website's called www.mychallengetrackerportal.com.
Okay, perfect. Let's.
And I've got 2 videos, a tutorial video that I post in, I can't remember if I post it in the app or post it in Facebook, but there's a challenge tracker tutorial to show them how to use the challenge tracker that I always post at the beginning of my groups too, during my prep week. And it shows them exactly how to use the challenge tracker.
Can you post that in the
right
group?
from? Yeah, right from it's really cool. It comes right from corporate, and it shows them exactly where to find the group, how to get on the group, and what to do. And so it really helps them to know what they're doing when they're going to look for it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, post that link in the group for me. I'm gonna start the recording.